Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Before we go ahead, please like, share, and subscribe our channel Reddit Mystique. Now enjoy the story.
So, this is quite a long and sad story that I need to vent as is really hard for me to deal with so far. I, 24M, recently proposed to my now ex-fiancé, 23F, after 2 years of dating. We met by mutual friends at work. We started talking as friends, we went on dates, and on New Year's Eve we officially started dating. During the beginning of our relationship, she mentions this guy, Marvin. According to her, Marvin has always have a crush on her, and during the first months of our relationship he texted her several times asking her to leave me and give him a chance. We used to say how pathetic this guy was and how she despises him for suggesting she would leave me for him. I must clarify, I'm nothing special, I'm a 5 feet 4 inches Asian nerdy guy. Time goes by, and after 2 years on dating I decided to propose to her. So on New Year's Eve I gave her the ring and she said yes in front of her whole family. I have some money saved, she doesn't work, so I started looking for venues, catering, invitations, decor and everything. I spent a high amount of money as her parents are not in the position to help with the expenses, and I have enough savings to go through this comfortably. One day, while we're running errands, we started talking about having a threesome. We are in our 20s, so there's a lot of things we want to try. We discussed for a while on how we could find someone, and she quickly says, I have someone on mind. I asked who, and SE replies with Marvin. I know that was the first red flag, but I let it pass. I asked why him, and she just answered she was sexually attracted to him. I asked about why she would say she hate him first and then choose him as her first option for a threesome, and she replies is only a one-time thing. So I told her it was okay, but we needed to talk later to set rules, limits, and I would like to talk to him personally before giving the green light. During the next couple of days she's acting really excited and she comes to me, show me hotels, and when are we going to meet with him and how exciting everything is. I told her we need to talk things first, as is not as easy as it sounds, and we need to have some limits. After that she calmed down for a day or two. AMD starts to bring the subject up again. We reached a point where she insisted so much, and bring the subject up so many times, I ended up saying to her that she either calm down or no threesome is going to happen. She apologized and mentions I was right, but something didn't feel right. That afternoon we were having a nap, and while she was sleeping I went through her phone and I found how she was cheating on me with him for a couple months now. They have been meeting while I was working, and she even sent him one of those BDSM tests you can find online to see if his kinks matched with hers. To say I was furious is an understatement. She woke up while I was checking the phone and I confronted her. She started crying, saying she was sorry and how she didn't know what she was doing. I packed my things and stormed out to stay at a hotel. That night I got a call from her parents saying how I was ruining the engagement and acting as a baby while I was the one who bring the topic of the threesome, and how her daughter wasn't at fault. I hung up without saying anything and canceled everything I had for the wedding. She called me the next day apologizing and asking me to come back. Her whole family is sending texts asking me to man up, as I was the one at fault and not breaking the engagement. AITAH for canceling everything? AITAH has no consensus bot, OOP was NTA. Comments. Commenter 1, NTA. Just tell her family it's their fault, they never taught her how to count. How else did she get having a threesome wrong? Commenter 2, NTA. She probably told her family you brought up a threesome and then got mad at her for picking someone to be the third. She probably didn't mention she had been cheating on you. Send them one text, she has been cheating on me for months. My decision is final. Stop texting me. Then block them. Update, September 5th, 2024. Hey guys. Thanks for everyone's advice. I appreciate the support and the mean comments. Both perspectives were helpful. Now, let me address just a few things before continue. Yes, the post have grammatical errors. English is not my first language. My ex stopped working to go to college. We met at work, but she quit once we moved in together. Yes, my now ex-fiancé told her parents we were breaking up because I suggested the threesome and got mad when she mentioned Marvin. And her parents believed her. Yes, I needed reassurance to make sure I was not the one in fault. I have been conditioned all my life to be a doormat, so it's hard to stand for myself. Here's the update. After seeing all your messages, I reached to my FIL, so we agreed to meet at a nearby mall to talk about the reasons why I broke the engagement. I did have a good relationship with him as we both share the same interests and hobbies, so I figure we could have a conversation. We met, and even though he looked mad, he agreed to listen. I took screenshots of the conversations my ex-fiancé had with Marvin, and I showed them to him. After looking at everything he told me, my ex gave them a totally different story. According to what he told me, my ex went to them crying, saying I was breaking the engagement because I wanted to have a threesome, and once she picked Marvin as the third, I snapped at her. He also mentioned Marvin has been going to check on my ex since my ex has been staying with them after we broke up. We went to my apartment and packed all of her belongings to move her out. The ring was at the apartment as well, so I kept it. We're on our way to drop everything to her right now. I will keep you guys updated. Comments. Commenter 1, as Shakespeare said, all's well that ends well. At least, her family knows the truth now. Commenter 2, cheating and lying go hand in hand. I'm not surprised that she lied to her parents. Good on you for having proof. Commenter 3, glad you got the ring back and got her moved out. Now you need to cut off all contact with her and her family. Move on and meet someone else. New update. Final update, September 15th, 2024. Hey guys, I'm back. I know y'all have been waiting for this update. I had to create a new account because I got shadow banned on the other one. I apologize for the delay. So after picking my ex's belongings, me and my FIL drove to his house. The ride there was awkward to say the least. When we get there, we walked in and we saw MIL, my ex, and guess who else? Exactly, fucking Marvin. They were all at the living room. My ex looked like she had been crying for a while. Marvin was hugging her and MIL was seated next to her with a box of tissues. My MIL saw me enter and asked FIL what I was doing there. He responded, we all need to talk about the situation, and he came to clarify some things. We all sat down and Marvin was about to leave the room when FIL said, no, please stay. You're part of this too. Marvin sat down, but you could see he was not holding well. His right leg was bouncing and he tried his best not to make eye contact with me or my ex. FIL started saying that I accepted to continue with the engagement, which made MIL and my ex smile. However, I had one condition. Marvin must show him his WhatsApp conversation with my ex to him. At that moment, I was shocked. I was about to argue, however, I understood something. Most likely my ex had deleted the convo with Marvin, but there was a chance Marvin didn't. Marvin tried to protest, but my FIL insisted and asked him to do this for her daughter. My ex and Marvin glanced at each other and my MIL was quiet looking at FIL. Finally, after that, Marvin stood up and left without saying anything else. My ex started crying again and my FIL told her to shut up. He said I had shown him screenshots of their conversations and he was disappointed to raise a cheating slut. MIL was in disbelief, so I showed her the screenshots too. They both screamed at her, how could she do something like that on top of lying to their faces. At the end, my FIL went to unload her belongings in the driveway and told her to look for some other place to stay as she wasn't welcome there anymore. FIL apologized to me and told me he would like to keep in touch to make sure I was okay. I came back home after all of that happened feeling empty, NGL. I think it was the adrenaline wearing off. I got one call of my ex, but I didn't answer. I blocked the number and spoke with security at my building to trespass her if she comes by. I posted on FB and Instagram about what happened and made sure to post the screenshots of the conversation to make sure she cannot twist the situation with friends and family. I will get most of my money after canceling the venue, catering and other stuff, so I'm planning to move to another state. I got some STD tests done and I'm clean. And I'll be selling the ring to get my money back. So far, that's the update. I don't think I will update anymore on this, but I want to thank everyone, good and bad comments. Hopefully everything goes better now. Comments. Commenter 1, NTA. You've made the right decision to cancel your wedding after your ex's betrayal. The way your FIL handled the situation is commendable, holding your ex accountable for her actions. It's good to hear you're getting tested and focusing on your well-being. Moving on and starting a new chapter is the best thing you can do for yourself.